tonight. I want to welcome you to this episode of Black Money Market News. As you know, I like to start my show, and since we're live on Facebook, I give everyone a few minutes to get on the stream and get live with us. If you're watching a live broadcast, if you're watching the rebroadcast later on, or if you're catching us on YouTube or on Patreon, take this time, these next minute or so, to get yourself something to drink, get yourself a notepad. Tonight's show, I'm going to be covering the big moves in Bitcoin over the weekend. If you haven't been paying attention, Bitcoin crossed the $9,000 price mark. I'm also going to go over some charting analysis, some technical analysis of what's going on with the move. I'm also going to go over, your normal stock news like I do with every show, go over the numbers of the day on the marketplace. And I'm also going to announce the winner of last week's Bitcoin giveaway. And I think I'm going to keep it rolling. So, same rules as last week. To enter, you must share a video. Share one of our videos from this week's episode. We're going live tonight on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I got some special news about a Friday episode that I'm going to bring to you folks later. But again, share the video on our Facebook page. The second qualifier is you must comment on the show as well. So share and comment and like. Those three things. Share, like, and comment, and you'll get a chance to enter to win $10 of free Bitcoin. I'm going to let the music rock for a few more seconds here. We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. So go ahead, if you're online now, go ahead and share it out, share it out, share it out. I can't ask y'all to do something I won't do, so I'm sharing it out right now myself. But again, we'll get started in about 30 more seconds. Wait for some more people to join in on the live stream. Alright folks, and we're live here on Facebook with tonight's episode of Black Money Market News. Give me 1 second here folks, looks like I've got some graphical errors. Let me get the index numbers up for you guys so we can go over those. While I do that, I'm going to go ahead and go over some information. Pretty much mixed results on the market, pretty much a pretty flat day. Dow Jones Industrial Average did finish up. It finished up just slightly, about $25. All right, there we go. And Dow Jones Industrial Average finished up at 0.1%. S&P 500 was down 0.04%. NASDAQ was down 0.15%. Bitcoin was up 3.36% today, or $313. This was as of earlier, but we'll go to the live numbers here in a minute. Gold was up roughly 0.5%. The euro dollar exchange was down roughly 0.25%, and the Russell 2000 was down roughly 0.39%. Excuse me if I have a little bit of a sore throat, as you can tell. So, again, pretty much a mixed day on the markets. There were some updates coming out with some changes being made at the Fed. So that kind of gave mixed results. There were strong results in retail. Walmart, Amazon topped out at a new all-time high today, breaking the $1,200 price for the first time ever. So there's some good winners, some decent losers as well. The VIX was up as well. Again, that's that volatility index. So that's how you can kind of measure how the people in the market feel. It's kind of like the sadder everyone feels, the more downward pressure everyone feels, the VIX is going to spike. So it was up slightly. I believe it was up 2% today. So nothing crazy, wasn't a big spike. I'm definitely on the up from last week's low. So getting into the news, Bitcoin. I mean, what more can you say? It crossed the $9,500 mark again over the weekend for the first time ever. Thanks, Dan. Let me see if I can get these mic levels adjusted a little bit more. I'm turning the music down, so see if that will help. Hopefully y'all can hear me better now. Let me pull up these charts with the Bitcoin action. I'm going to start off with a 15-minute interval here. Right now, the price is at $97.39. It keeps bouncing up against this $9,800 level and failing. So right now, we have some pretty good resistance across $9,800. If it crosses and breaks through the $9,800 level, definitely look for a strong move to the upside and a continuation of this upside swing. I'm going to go ahead and highlight right here, at least on this 15-minute interval, a bearish crossover on the MACD. That's pretty much from this consolidation that's been going on at this $9,800 level. Moving this out to a 2-hour increment. Adjust the zooms here. Right now, you can see it did kind of break down earlier, and after it first hit that $9,800 level, and so we do have a bearish crossover here. Based off this consolidation action, I would say going back to this 15-minute interval, look for support at this $9,400 level. Just basing it off of this move, you have support at 9,400 because it would have hit the 9,400. It went on back up to that 9,800 fairly quickly. Also support around the $9,300, $9,200 range as well. So if it fails this $9,800 level and breaks down, I would say look for initial support around 9,600. I'm going to go ahead and switch it back out to a 4-hour breakdown on the chart. And as you can see here, definitely a large move on the outside of the upper Bollinger Band, and it kind of consolidated back in. That is a good sign of a continuational move. So as long as we don't see it cross below the $9,300 level. After that, support would be around 9,100 if it fails and doesn't break through this $9,800 level. Um, just to kind of break down the charts, if you aren't familiar with charting, this top line here is the upper Bollinger Band. I have a exponential moving average set for 15 on this dark blue. Middle line is the middle of the Bollinger Band set at a 20, and this red line is set up at a 90, and then I have my long term at 180 to kind of give me some points of reference for the moving averages of Bitcoin. Um, as you can see here, I also have a channel that I kind of developed that has been playing really nicely in for the last couple of months or so. So again, with this breakout above the channel, I would expect a move back down to 9,000. If you've been trading Bitcoin, you know normally it will spike above these high levels, crossing over 8,000 and spike down. As you can see here, first time it spiked over. Let me break this back down some. It's kind of hard to see. Adjust these charts. All right. So first time it crossed 8,000 was on this move here, went all the way up to 8,200. It spiked back down to 7,800 before continuing on this latest move here. Same thing with the 7,000 level. It has not broke back down out that first time it crossed 7,000. It continued on up. It broke down after it hit 7,600 and came back down to 6,900 before repeating back up above the 7,000, and then it did break all the way back down to the low or the upper 58, $5,900 price point. So I would not be surprised if that volatility kind of returns. So again, I would say look for a breakdown move back down. I called this out, I believe, earlier today or over the weekend. If you're not in Bitcoin, wait for it to pull back down some. I would say look for a good entry point around 9,000. In fact, on my paper trading account here, I got an entry level for 3 more Bitcoin at 8,900. I would not be surprised if over the next week, if we don't even see a test back down to the $7,500 level. So if you're not in Bitcoin, set your first price for 9,000. Set your second price for 8,500, and then set your third big buy up at 7,500 if you're not already in it. If you're not in Bitcoin, tune in Friday. I'm going to have Miss Dana Beasley, one of my mentors, on the cryptocurrency. She's going to be our special guest on the show, and she will give you guys some 411 on the cryptocurrency world and how you can learn to invest and save with Bitcoin in the training program she has. Um, so definitely tune in for Friday's episode. Um, she's been one of my biggest supporters, and also want to shout her out because she was actually the only person to share and comment last week. A lot of people commented, but she was the only one that shared, so she actually won the 10,000 free Bitcoin. Funny how that happens. You got to be in it to win it, folks, like I always say. So don't forget, if you're tuning into this episode, share, like, and comment to be entered into this week's Bitcoin giveaway. In other news, I want to go ahead and kind of cover what's been going on in the what's going on here. There we go. Sorry about that. Been working all day and having some technical difficulties at the same time. But other cryptocurrency news. The total Bitcoin market capitalization crossed over $160 billion for the first time ever. The total cryptocurrency market capitalization, including all cryptocurrency and altcoins, crossed over $300 billion. So some big moves over the weekend with the cryptocurrency market. And speaking of other big news, I want to take my first deep dive on an excuse me. I've done other deep dives. Last week I did a sector deep dive on semiconductors, but today I want to cover an individual stock for you guys. Let me get my graphics here. Where away this I want to talk to you guys about Roku. Roku was the big winner on the market today. It was up roughly 17% in a single day today. It has been a rocket ship over the last few weeks. So if you aren't in it, definitely wait for a pullback before you get in it. But if you've been in it, it IPO'd back in late September at $16, and today is at $46.52 after a nearly 18% gain on the market. It's actually up 17.86%, a whole rally of $7.05. So, if you are familiar with Roku, they are a direct play on cord cutting. People are looking at Roku as a next Netflix. It's only real head-to-head competitor on the stock market right now. It has two main revenue streams. So if you're doing your due diligence on Roku, you'll find out that the two main revenue streams are its physical media players. They sell you Fire Stick-like devices that can plug in directly to your HDMI port. They have several different models, including two that are 4K. They have the entry-level price at $29 for the entry model. So, they're a great competitor to the likes of Chrome Stick, Fire Stick, and other media devices, including your Apple TV. So they offer you great price points on their media players. In fact, their media players have been used as a loss leader. They still make profit. It is their biggest single sector of revenue. In this third quarter, it was, excuse me, folks. Let me pull up my numbers here on my screen. Here is a little small. Let me switch it up. All right, there we go. Third quarter sales for its media players crossed $67.2 million. It was up 4% year over year. Profit was only $5.3 million. That was actually down 38% year over year. Their big money maker, though, is their platform revenue stream. That includes advertising, audience development, and content distribution services. What they do here, they partner up with major TV manufacturers. So far, TCL, which has actually been now the number 2 selling TV brand in the United States, Sharp, Element, and their latest manufacturer to hop on board was Philips. And that's kind of what started the rally here recently. Also in the stock was their partnership with Philips that they announced about 2 weeks ago, just after their last earnings report. In the platform division, again, third quarter sales with excuse me. Third quarter sales with $57.5 million, up 137% year over year. This is their first quarterly report as a public company, but on their investor guidance, they did go back, 4 full quarters and gave year over year guidance. Profit was $44.5 million. Again, this is what driving their profit levels. That was up 156% year over year. Total gross margin for the company is at 40%, and that's up 1,073 basis point year over year. So definitely has been improving how they've been managing the business, expanding the business. They've been making new partnerships with different distributors with their software platform and the media players that already kind of plug into the same back end. And with their back end, you not only can get your Netflix, but your Amazon TV services, you can get hundreds of different apps, games on some of their platform devices as well. So they really offer a lot more content compared to other providers. Again, with their platform, people are looking at Roku as the next Netflix. Active accounts was up 48% year over year to 16.7 million. at the end of the quarter. Streaming hours were up 58% year over year to a total of 3.8 billion hours per quarter, and revenue per user was up 37% year over year to $12.68 on a 12-month rolling basis. So it's definitely been a hot performer as of late on the market. Let me go ahead and pull up the Roku chart here. Bam. All right, so this is set up on a 2-hour scale just because it really hasn't been trading that long. There's not a lot of data. Let me see if I can break this down to maybe a 15-minute and get some more input here, but let me adjust my scale. So the latest moves, the first big move we had was after earnings report, and this is looking messy. So let me bring it down to an hour. There we go. That looks a lot better. So after his latest earnings report, it kind of spiked up. Not only do you have a huge increase in volume, um, as you can see with this blue wave here at the bottom, but it spiked up from trading at 18 to opening up and closing the day at in the $25 range. Um, it has been up like a rocket ship since. Today, you had another big move up, 17%. So again, if you're not in it right now with the way this thing has been moving, I would say a good entry point would be back below 40. If it gets there, I would definitely not be surprised if it gets back in the $40 range in the next few weeks. I would not even be surprised if you can see it pull back down to maybe even the $33 range, which would be a good entry point as well. So if you're not in Roku, Roku is definitely a one of the hot young gunners on the market. A great performing IPO this year. So definitely some good information if you're watching now or watching later to get you some 411 on Roku. Let me get my mouse back around here and all right. So right at the 22-minute mark, like I normally try to keep the shows kind of brief while giving you guys all the information that you need. Give me a second here while I check to see if there's any comments that I can answer from today's show. Appreciate you guys' feedback on the audio. Let me try to boost it up some more. Lower the music some more. Alright, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at the comments. Again, if you have any questions, definitely drop them in the comments. I like to try to give you guys my perspective on your stock questions. Shout out to everybody that's watching right now. All right, not any questions, but definitely appreciate all the comments. Appreciate everyone that's been tuning in tonight. Again, I'm doing the Bitcoin giveaway this week. The rules are real simple. Like, share, comment. That's all you gotta do. Like, share, comment my shows. I'll announce this week's winner next Monday. So I'll be doing shows this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So again, if you want a chance to enter free Bitcoin, like, share, and comment on the shows, and you'll be entered in the win. Last week I only had one contestant win, so it actually followed the rules and entered. So she won. In fact, again, like I said at the beginning of the show, she'll be our special guest on Friday night. Next week, I want to bring you guys another special guest that can kind of break down some of the ways you can break down your taxes when it comes to your investments, how you need to prepare if you are an investor to do your taxes for next year. So definitely I'm going to lock that in. So stay tuned for information for that show next week. But I hope to see you guys next in 2 days on Wednesday night. on the 29th. And other than that, one love. And this is tonight's episode of the Black Money Market News.